It's the time to get down.
This point has not been successful, and today we have announced a $500 million research program to begin immediately studying the impact of this so we can assess what needs to be done to remediate any environmental impact. That work will be conducted by the best scientific minds that we can bring together. We are working through a series of options to eliminate the leak. Thus far, executed two. One of them failed. The other one has been partially successful in that we are now producing oil and gas to surface. The third option is the top kill, and we will be, in all likelihood, in a position to execute that in the middle of the week.
They really try to act like they're doing stuff and look like they're doing stuff all under the water, submarine,
speculation on
just like Abyss, like they call it James Cameron.
One of the foremost experts on
Not at all.
energy in this country.
Blow the son of a bitch up.
And offshore. Matt, what can we do about this situation?
Well, we know so much more that we didn't know 2 weeks ago. We know that basically it would appear almost certain what BP are trying to actually put out is the oil from the leaking out of the riser system that's damaged. That's probably still attached to the rig floor that sank. It was several miles away that the scientists, I think a week ago, Sunday, finally a research specialist realized there were these enormous plumes coming up.
I'm pausing up. That guy you hear speaking is Matthew Simmons. He is considered an expert. Let me tell you about Matthew Simmons. I looked him up. He's the chair and CEO of Simmons and Company International. Started in 1973 during the energy crisis. He created an investment banking firm that caters to oil companies. He served as an energy advisor to George Bush Sr., and he's basically saying they should blow this up.
3,000 to 4,500 feet below seawater. And it's in gobs of really messy oil. And it's basically now spreading so fast that the last report I got was it was bigger than Maryland and Delaware. If in fact, the latest numbers I saw this morning were some science from Purdue looking at the rate of the spread. So this might be actually blowing 120,000 barrels a day.
Now, you guys, I told you guys yesterday, we did a check and found that BP is so diversified. You know, they are Alcoa, AMPM, Arco. There was one of the coffee companies, you know. So there's, you know, you really got to, I don't know how you're really going to attack this, Vic. As it turns out, the controversy is deepening. And people are saying that it's really, BP is really trying so hard to save this well.
Look, okay, it's the two-step. First of all, the one thing they don't want to do is walk away from a profit-making production, what we can say, a place on the global continent that they're going. We're not walking away from this because somebody else has to come in and do the same. And you don't think anybody's going to come in and say, I have a better way of attacking this. You guys will go ahead and make sure you cap it off. We'll just come right behind it when BP can't do it no more, and then we'll show you how to do it. BP ain't letting none of that go.
Oh, we can let them. And then here's what cracks me up. Vic, this is stuff that gets me. They go, BP stock has dropped. BP could face. No. How they gonna face anything? There's so many companies you can't even find them. They talk about their British company, but they own AMPM.
Right.
So this is where the plot thickens. Okay, according to some of the resources, their gross domestic product is greater than that of most countries.
That's correct.
Okay, these companies. So the whole thing is that they're going to do whatever they feel. They're not trying to watch them. And look what's so gay. They try to see you guys. Don't you get it? They're showing us video of the subs doing stuff. They're sawing pipes. They're not doing a damn thing that works. Okay, but they're trying to make it look what what you're used to looking at, like a movie. So they're trying to look busy. They're in there like those office workers who are scurrying around, looking like they're doing some work when you know they haven't done about 2 hours work the whole day.
I'm gonna put a hat on Mario for a moment. Watch this, Mario. You're the CEO of BP. You just have a big oil spill. What's your first step?
I'm going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. Get the hell up on out of Dodge. Now, I told y'all I was going to scare your asses this morning, but I ain't done. I ain't done because, you know, if I got to stay up and study, all y'all going to suffer with me. I'm serious. I gotta go. You know, you gonna suffer with me.
Tell them.
Check this one out, you guys. I go and look online. Turns out there's a bunch of studies that say that undersea oil pipelines, like the ones that come from these places, are vulnerable to hurricanes. This is a study that was done in 2004. It's coming up. It's going to be in the Geophysical Research Letter, a journal of the American Geophysical Union. These are some of these studies sponsored by the government. But they found that there's 31,000 miles of pipelines across the seafloor of the Gulf. And they found that they are particularly vulnerable to hurricanes. Major oil leaks from damaged pipelines could have irreversible impacts. That's what the studies say. Vic, they got to look at this because they were watching it during these current hurricanes where they had 130-mile-per-hour winds.
Yeah.
And they said no one had ever measured this before. But they were able to find out that there was enough force to dig up the seabed as far as 300 feet below the surface.
And you know what? And you know
Jeez.
what? I know that. And Mario, I'm going to add something to it. I'm not siding with the companies, but that's hurricane storm.
That comes every year.
And really, how many times have we had these kind of events?
Well, let me tell you something else.
That's my whole point.
It's you know what you don't know. Let me tell you what else I found out. First of all, there have been more than 1,000 reports of damage to Gulf oil pipelines
There you go.
in the last 2 decades. 1,000 reports. They had damages in Hurricane Andrew in 1992, Hurricane Lil in 2002, Hurricane Ivan in 2004, and from Hurricanes Katrina and Rita. Check this out. They say the most oil was spilled into the Gulf after Katrina and Rita, and I quote, as a result of both storms, 124 spills were reported with a total volume roughly of 17,000 barrels. Wow. And they said that they were surprised by how long after the hurricane that you still had disruptive currents on the floor of the Gulf. So you guys. So they're saying hurricanes could specifically damage this either way.
And, you know, here's the other thing. We always knew that, right? And,
I didn't know it.
Well, we knew the hurricane.
I was just against oil. I knew something could happen.
Well, like I said.
I didn't know it was this.
I'm going to send out a challenge to everybody out there. You're the CEO of BP. What is your first priority, your second step, and your third step?
Going to Disneyland. I'm going to Disneyland. And then I got to release some stress.
You're wrong, man.
So I got to call me up one of those, stress release assistants.
Right. And I'm not making fun of those who are really impacted, who are losing their jobs.
Then you can see you guys are screwed.
I am not trying to make fun of it, but I just know when you wear the hat of a CEO of a monster like BP, what are your options?
You're screwed. People, you are screwed of the Gulf. You are screwed. They're out to screw you. Lord, I just read it, and there's more coming. Okay? Now, I told you, I warned you now. Okay, now. All right, that ain't enough. That ain't enough either. Let's talk about the Israeli convoy.
No.
The Israeli convoy, this is the convoy that was attacked, resulting in 10 folks being killed.
Right.
Now they're trying to spin the story. They're talking about how much. Now, here they have helicopters. This is in international waters. Helicopters come over you, dropping men by ropes with AK-47s.
Right.
You ought to listen to CNN this morning. Well, you were hitting them with sticks. Now, let me tell you something. I don't know about you guys. If I had to be in a conflict, one side had AK-47s, and one side had slingshots and sticks and knives. Give them knives. What side do you want to be on? I give one man with an AK-47 versus 50 people with sticks and knives. How's that?
Yeah. Easy.
And if you're rappelling down onto the ship with AK-47,